In this video, we are going to test something really interesting. We will compare coding with AI using agent skill versus coding without agent skill. Same project, same prompt, and same AI model. So what exactly is agent skill? So agent skill is basically a production-grade workflow system for AI coding agent. Instead of just telling the AI, build me an application, you give the AI actual engineering process, things like writing specification before coding, planning tasks, testing, reviewing, security check, performance optimization, and deployment workflow. So basically how this works is really simple. What we have to do is just copy the skill.md file. Then we need to copy all the skill folder. So you can just click the skills in here and you can just copy all this folder in here to your current project. Just that's it. So let's take a look how we can using that on the OpenCode. For example, if you're using OpenCode, it's really simple. To be honest with you, just click this setup in here. But the recommended things is using Cloud Code. If using Cloud Code, everything that you see in here, the setup, it just works out of the box. But let me trying to using OpenCode because this is free. And we also using free AI model called Minimax 2.5 and trying to using this agent skill. So let's just take a look. First, you have to install OpenCode basically. To install OpenCode, it's just really simple. You can just click this command in here and just paste that on your terminal. And after that, you can run OpenCode like this and it's running. So as you can see in here, by default, you will have this Minimax M2.5. This is free from the OpenCode Zen. So we are going to use that free AI model. So basically, we are going to create a really simple application just to drag and drop a PDF application. So I'm going to call that Smart Uploader. So hit enter. And then I just want to using the recommended default settings, which is TypeScript and Tailwind, etc. Right? Let's cd to Smart Uploader folder, and I just want to open that into the Visual Studio Code. Let's open the integrated terminal on VS Code, and in here I'm going to say npm run dev, and then I'm going to open another terminal, and then in here I'm going to say open code, right? So let's try to just open the localhost 3000 so we can see the result on the browser. I'm going to using this prompt to generate the application. The prompt is build a drag and drop PDF file uploader component for next.js. The maximum file is 5 megabytes. Show a clean error state if the user upload a file that is too large of or the wrong format. So I'm gonna cut that out or just copy that and paste that to the OpenCode. So as you can see, this is basically without agent skill. So let's just take a look at the result. I just want to hit enter on the build tab in here, hit enter. So let's just take a look at the result. All right, so let's take a look what this AI do. The first thing is the AI is read all the folder and file, the layout, the package.json file, then all the CSS stuff. And now it's create the PDF uploader.tsx file. And as you can see, this is all the code. And then of course it should be change the page.tsx. Here we go, right? So now let's take a look. This is the final result. Look really nice, right? It's clean. Let's take a look. For example, I'm going to drag and drop these PDF right here. It's 6 megabyte, right? We should have an error. Let's just try. If I drag and drop like this, and we have this error, right? File size must be less than 5 megabyte. Cool. We get that error. And for example, I'm going to just render another PDF. So let me drag and drop another PDF file. For example, this 4 megabyte. I'm going to drag and drop right here and great, it works, right? So for example, I'm going to click remove file, and as you can see, it's not working. The remove file is basically also upload another file, which is not what we want, right? So we get the problem right there. So anyway, I think the UI is nice, clean, but let's just try. Yeah, we also have this hover effect when we want to drop the file. It's cool. I think that's it without the agent skill, right? The UI is cool, but there's some other bug from here. If I, for example, click the remove file, it's basically upload the file, right? That's not what we want. Great, so now let's try to implement the agent skill. So the way we do that, it's pretty simple. We have to just clone the folder and file using this command right here. So I'm gonna copy that, and then I'm gonna go to node in here, and then let's try to paste that. Here we go. And now as you can see, we have this agent skill folder, right? And inside that we have the skill and also the agent.md right here. So what we have to do is just copy and paste that into the root of the project. All right, I'm going to hit enter, and then now as you can see, we have this agent.md on the root and also the skill folder on the root as well. And now we can just delete this agent skill, delete that. Here we go. Cool. So now let's try to run the OpenCode. Then I just want to close that and open new session. Basically, I'm going to make sure I reload the window and open. Oh yeah, we need to basically remove the component, right? And then we also need to back to page.tsx. And what we need to do is make sure this should be on the first commit, which is on the template of next.js, right? So yeah, this is the default. Now what we have to do is just open the OpenCode again. Here we go. So basically OpenCode is not automatically read the agents.md file, right? So we have to mention that file at what the name agent.md, and then we paste the prompt. So for example, this one right here, I'm gonna copy that and then paste that here, right? And also there's a couple things that I want to change on the agent in here, right? So let's just take a look. I want to add this skill discovery basically. So this is basically will make sure the OpenCode will be read the skill folder, right? As you can see in here, do not attempt to use any built-in skill, but using the local skill folder directory, right? I'm just adding this text right here just to make sure the OpenCode is looking for the skill folder, right? Cool. So now let's take a look. I'm going to hit enter in here so we can see the result. Here we go. All right, it's done. So let's take a look what this AI doing. So the first time is the AI is read the agent.md file and then looking for the skill folder. And as you can see in here, good, I found the skills for this task building a new UI component. I need to use first is spec driven development. This is the skill that this AI using, and then the front end UI engineering and etc, right? So basically the AI using that skills. So let's take a look down here, and next is the AI looking for the folder and the file on this current project, and then looking for the specs.md and etc. Let's take a look, and this is basically the to-do that the AI will doing when create this project. Really cool. Let's take a look. So basically, it's also create the PDF uploader of folder, and inside that we have the index PDF uploader.tsx and then the type.ts. Really nice. So let's just take a look at the result. All right, so this is the result. So let's take a look. If I hover, for example, as you can see, the border is changed. Cool. And also, for example, I'm going to drag and drop this 4 megabyte file. As you can see, the text is changed and the color is changed as well. The text down here becoming drop your PDF here. So let's just drop it. Here we go. Now we have this green color, really nice. And then if I click clear, of course, this will be works, right? And it's empty right now. So let's try to upload another PDF, like for example 6.2 megabyte. I'm going to drag and drop right here, and as you can see, we have this error message: file too large, maximum size is 5 megabyte. And as you can see, we not get any error, right, when we're using this agent skill. It's different when we're not using agent skill, we get some error. So basically it will give your AI ability to running all these steps right here to make sure the application works perfectly. So imagine that you have to create like a really big application that not using this agent skill, maybe you will get a lot of error. So definitely try to using this agent skill. This is free. So thank you so much for watching and see you on another video.